Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Nuan Humaira bintu Manasih. So today I'm going to show how to do lab sheet 1 for question 1. So first we need to activate the S node. So we just input S node. So S node will activate the first line, which is Y0. So the output is Y0. And then S node also will activate the timer 1. So we choose S node first. We choose timer 1, and timer 1 will blinking for 2 seconds. And then timer 1 will turn off the Y0 after it's blinking for 2 seconds. So we choose T1, turn off the Y0. And then T1 will activate the next lamp, which is Y1. So T1, the output will be Y1. And the Y1 will be blinking for 2 seconds, so we need to use the timer also. So T1 will activate the T2. So choose timer number 2, and for 2 seconds. So timer number 2 will turn off the Y1 lamp. You choose T2, turn off Y1, and then T2 will activate the next lamp, which is Y2. So the output will be Y2, and T2 will activate the T3 timer for 2 seconds. So we choose timer number 3, and 2 seconds. And T3 will turn off the Y2 after it's blinking for 2 seconds. Turn off. And then T3 will activate the next lamp, which is Y3. So T3 will activate Y3, so the output will be Y3. And T3 will activate the timer for 2 seconds. So Y3 will blinking for 2 seconds. Timer for, and the time is 2 seconds. And timer 4 will turn off the Y3 after it's blinking for 2 seconds. So we choose T4, turn off Y3, and then T4 will activate the next lamp, which is Y4. So the input is T4 and the output is Y4. And T4 also will activate the timer 5. So the Y4 will blinking for 2 seconds by using timer 4. So we choose 2 seconds. And I'm sorry, this is timer 5. Timer 5 for 2 seconds. So timer 5 will turn off the lights of Wi-Fi. So turn off. And then T5 will activate the last lamp, which is Wi-Fi. So we just input T5 and the output will be Wi-Fi. Simultaneously, T5 will activate the timer 6 for 2 seconds. So T5 will activate the timer 6. We choose number 6. And for 2 seconds again. And then T6 will turn off the Wi-Fi after it's blinking for 2 seconds. So turn off. And then we try to simulate it. So enter device S node and turn on the S node. So as you can see, Y node will blinking for 2 seconds and then it will turn off back, and Y1 will turn on and blinking for 2 seconds, and same goes to for Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5. Everything will blinking for 2 seconds and it's turn off back after 2 seconds. And then it will stop right here. So the question 1, after Wi-Fi blinking after 2 seconds, it will go to Y3 and Y3 will blinking again for 2 seconds and will repeat this part, will repeatedly blinking for 2 seconds. So to do that, we need to reset the Y3 here at T4. So we go to the, so T6 will reset the timer for at Y3. So we at T6 will reset the timer for Y3, and then we try to simulate it again. First input, we release it first and enter device S0, and then we turn on the S0, and here Y0 will blinking for 2 seconds and turn off back. Same goes to Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4 and Y5. So after Wi-Fi blinking for 2 seconds, the Y3 will, so Wi-Fi will reset and Y3 will blinking again for 2 seconds and it will continue repeatedly Wi-Fi and Y3. So it will continue repeatedly. So that's all. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Rashid Rais and I am going to explain about how I do question number 2 using the Pwin FPWin software. So I already have done the process and I'm going to explain one by one. So first of all, I open a new folder. First, I put an input as X node and then put an output as Y node. Next, I put the input again, X node, so that I can put the timer here. I'm using the MY because it is plus minus 1.00 second. Put it as timer 1 and then K for 2 seconds. Uh, and then this is the first sequence of the process. Next, for the Y1 output, I will have to put wait, I have to put another input as T1 and then use Y1 as the output. And again, I will put a timer T1 here as an input. But before that, I have to use an not input as T1, so that when the Y1 is on, Y node is off. And then I repeat the same sequence for from Y node until Y5. So this is the fast forward. It's all the same with sequence 1. Now what I've done is I just do the same sequence until Y5, and here is how I simulate before before I put on the loop. What I simulate was from Y0 to Y1, Y2, Y3, Y4, and Y5. So I didn't put any loops yet. So I'm going to show the loop process, how I've done the process. So after doing all the ladder, the only thing that I can do is I put another input. Uh, Wait. So here, so this is T6, and what I've done is I put another not input and between the T3 and T4, so that when the ladder is finished, it will return back to T6 here. So Y2 will be on again, and the lights is repeated. So Y2, Y3, Y4, Y5, and then back to Y2 again. So here is the proof. After I put the T6, this is how I simulate the program. So I release all the device, enter new device as X0, and turn on. So first, the Y0 will lights on for 2 seconds, and then it will turn off, and Y1 will turn on for 2 seconds, will turn off, and then Y2 for 2 seconds, and it will turn off, Y3 for 2 seconds, Y2 is turned off, and next Y4 will turn on, Y3 is turned off, and Y5 is turned on, Y4 is turned off. So the loop is here. After Y5 has turned off, it will go back to Y2 here. Y2 will turn on and the sequence will be repeated again. So so as the proof that I've done this here, I just done it. This is the proof that I have done it just now. Okay. I think that is all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Farimi Iskandar bin Indrami. Okay, now we go to my question, which is question 3. Okay, first of all, we put the at 0 and then we put the output, which is Y0, enter, and next we put the X naught, which is input, X0, and enter. Okay, then we put the timer, TMY, choose timer 1, enter, and then for we choose K and label as 2 because the question want 2 seconds. And after that, we put the T note, set the input note and T1, and enter. Alright, now we repeat the same step as we do before. Put the input T1, put T1 and enter. Now we put the output Y1, enter, and then we put the T1 again and enter. Okay, after that we put the timer 1, timer 2, and then as usual K2 and enter, and next we put the T note at this point, T note T2 and enter. Okay, now we repeat the same step again. Input T2 and enter, and we put the timer. Sorry, my mistake. We should delete it first. And we put the output first, Y2, and enter. Then we put T2, timer 3 and enter. Now don't forget to put T note also at this point. Okay, choose not T3 and enter. Okay, next put the input T3 and enter. Then put the output Y3 and enter. Okay, next we put again T3 and enter. Now put the timer TY. Put the timer 4 and K is T2. Okay, enter. And next is we put T not, put not T T4 and enter. Next we put the T5 T4 and the output Y4 and enter. Then put the T4 again and the timer TMY and label it as T5 and the constant is 2. Enter. Then now don't forget to put T0 again. T label as T5. Okay, now for the last we put the T5 and enter. So the output Y5 and enter. Okay, and lastly T5 and enter. And don't forget to put the timer. Label as T6. Timer 6. Now constant is K2 and enter. So don't forget to put T0, not T6. Alright. Okay, this, as you can see, this is my little diagram, and after that we will try to simulate the diagram. Okay, now we go to the debug, simulate, yes, okay, yes. Okay, now go to online, force input or output, enter device at 0. Okay, now I will show you the lamp will light up in 2 seconds and it will change to another lamp. Okay, now my question is, I want to make this loop at Y0 to Y5, and it will loop when we have to insert another T node to make it loop. Okay, then we close it first and stop the simulation. Yes. Okay, after that we should put one more T node at this point. And we go to input, not T6 and enter. Okay, now I will simulate again. Okay, to simulation, yes, okay, yes. And go to the online, force input output, sorry, First of all, we have to release it first. Enter device at 0 and try on. Yeah, as you can see in the diagram, the lamp, the output will looping from Y0 to Y5 and return back at Y0. And I think that's all from me. Thank you.